In this section, I'm going to continue my discussion on surface design. I'm going to create a shampoo bottle, and for this, I want to show you how you can use some tools such as sweeping, symmetry, and other tools that are available in generative shape design environment. Okay, now I have created my part 1. Now I'm in generative shape design environment again. So for sweeping, that you can find it under insert surfaces, you need two profiles. One of the profiles is the guide that you can sweep along that guide, and the other profile is the actual profile that creates the feature. Now I'm going to create the profile that is going to be used as guide in YZ plane, and next I will select a perpendicular plane to this. So I select YZ plane, go to sketch environment. Now I want to select spline to create a spline with 3 points. So I select the spline, click here, and double click here to finish the spline. Now the first point is going to be coincidence with this vertical axis. So I click here and select both of these. Go to constraints, select coincidence. Now you can see that this is coincidence. Now I need to have some constraints such as this. I select the constraint tool, select this vertical line, and select this point, and make sure that this is about 110 millimeters. So I double click on this and type in 110. I double click again, 110. And again, I select constraint tool and select this vertical line and select this last point and make sure that this is about 160 millimeters. So I type in 160 here. And now I need to have some constraints to show the distance of these points from the horizontal axis. So I select constraint tool, the first point, and this are going to be about 20 millimeters. So I double click here and type in 20. The second point is going to be 25 millimeter from this horizontal axis. So I type in 25. And the third one is going to be 15 millimeters away from this horizontal axis. So I type in 15 here. Now my shape is fully defined. I exit my workbench. The next profile, as I told you, is going to in a perpendicular plane. So this is the perpendicular plane that is here, is the X plane. I select the ZX plane and go to sketch environment. Now in this environment, I need to draw an arc, and I guess 3-point arc is the easiest and simplest way to create an arc here. So I go under circle and find the 3-point arc here. Now I draw an open arc. The second point is going to be coincidence with this, and the third point is here. So I have an arc here. Let's make the radius about 100 millimeters. And let's move this around. If it is not working, I'm going to delete this and add the constraint again, because I want to be able to put it somewhere that is not in my, in the middle of my work. So I want to have this point. I press Control and select the last point here. I want to make sure that these two are about 85 millimeters away from each other. So I type in 85 here. Now you can see that it is bending some, direction. I want to make sure that this is in coincidence. The first point, press Control, second point, and again press Control and have the third point. Now I want to make sure that these 2 points are in symmetry with the vertical axis. So I select symmetry now. This is okay. Now I remove this coincidence. I guess this coincidence didn't work as I expected. And the second coincidence is not working again. So I'm not going to have these 2 coincidences. But one thing is very important here. I want to make sure that this is in coincidence with the arc. So I can rotate a little bit using the Shift key. I can select these 2 curves I select one and press Control button and select the other. And go to constraints defined and make sure that there is a coincidence here. You can see that the coincidence is not possible here. I exit my workbench. No, I exit the constraint define tool and make sure that the last point of this is selected. And I press Control and select this arc again. Now I can have the coincidence here. So I select this and you can see that these two are in coincidence to each other. And this is very important because I need it to be like this. So I click OK, exit my workbench. Now you can see that I have two different profiles. Pan a little bit to the left. I go to Insert Menu, Surfaces, and Sweep. Selecting the Sweep tool asks me to show the actual profile that is going to be this, and the curve that's going to be this. Now you can see that an overview of what is going on is going to be shown here. I click the preview. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So I click on OK. Now this is one side of my shampoo bottle. Let's go to Part Body and hide some of these profiles. I want to hide the sketch 1 and I hide the sketch 2. I don't want to see them. Now I need to have a copy of this in the other side. So for this, I need to go to Operations. So I go to Insert Menu, go to Operations. Here I can find a Symmetry thing. You can see the Symmetry here. This gives me a copy of what I have here. I click on Symmetry. It tells me what element you are going to have a symmetry from. This is the element, so I click the Sweep, or click on the surfaces that is the surface that is created here. Now it tells me what is your reference. I can select one of the axes or one of the planes. I want to make sure that this plane is, parallel to the face. So I select XY plane as the plane. I can see a preview of this face. So I click on OK. Now, until now, let's pan to the right, and you can see these two faces created here, and they are in symmetry together according to XY plane.